Malik Nabers of the New York Football Giants. He is up 3.1 spots, ADP 32.1. The thing I'll say about Malik Nabers is while everybody is hot and bothered by Marvin Harrison, understandably so, Malik Nabers has kind of fallen a little bit further past him in ADP. So I'm in on Malik Nabers. I'm more comfortable, as scary as it sounds, I'm more comfortable with Daniel Jones throwing him the ball than other situations in the NFL with relying on other quarterbacks to get their wide receiver the ball. And Malik Nabers is going to get absolutely peppered with targets, which I think will be the theme here in this conversation. But Anthony, since you have the helmet behind you, I will go to you, sweetheart. And I love pissing you off more than anything. What do you say?
It doesn't piss me off. I'm mature enough to have other football teams.
Oh, just get into the
I'm a grown man. I'm mature enough to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fifth grader in my fucking Cowboys starter jacket.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be wearing that starter jacket either with the fact that they can't get too far in the playoffs. But anyway, Anthony, what says you on Malik Nabers again, up 3.1 spots, 32.1 at ADP. What do you got, buddy?
Listen, my issue with Malik Nabers is about the situation, not about his talent. My offseason take on Nabers is the quality of targets coming from Daniel Jones and probably even from Drew Lock if he gets on the field. We've seen really talented receivers fall victim, right, to bad situations and bad quarterbacks. Drake London until this year when everything changes for him. We've seen Kyle Pitts, who's a tight end, but, he still catches the football. Terry McLaurin. How many Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, George Pickens. How much better would these guys be if they were in a better offense with a better quarterback? Now, DJ Moore is the prime example where DJ Moore never really lived up to it. He goes to Chicago, gets a slight quarterback upgrade in Justin Fields, and he pops. So Malik Nabers right now, at his cost, he could be a big time, and he could be a bust. And I know people don't want to hear that because you think about he could see 150, 160, 170 targets. He's all they have. That's the problem, is that he's all they have. If this was a situation where they retain Saquon Barkley and, okay, you have an elite weapon at running back and you got to deal with Malik Nabers, all right, we have something to cook here. But because this is all they have, right? Like, it's not like this is all they have and they have a competent quarterback throwing him the football. This is an incompetent quarterback. We've already seen that in the preseason from Daniel Jones with how poorly he played against the Houston Texans.
That was rough.
I mean, think about the coverage on Garrett Wilson last year. And Garrett Wilson still found ways to make plays, but Garrett Wilson, 160 plus targets, 140 plus in his rookie year, has yet to break wide receiver 30 in points per game. That is more than likely the fate of Malik Nabers, is that he's going to get out every opportunity in the world, and he's probably not going to do much with it because he's going to have defenders draped all over him. And when he is open, his quarterback's going to bounce the ball in front of him or put it over his head. I just think that's the reality of it.
I will just take the opportunity before we go to anybody else who has an opinion on Malik Nabers. I will say, what's that? Binking with 2 Ks, just like you, Pete, Supernova with 2 Rs. He did say 6.5 over under on Malik Nabers touchdowns. I'm going to take the over because in my head, I envisioned 7 touchdowns. So again, I will say, if you want to make a pizza bet or if you want to make a bet of some kind, we are working on the final stuff for the bets. If you're interested in making a bet, again, email fffaceoff.com, fffaceoff.com. FFfaceoff at gmail.com. I apologize. At gmail.com, right, Anthony? That's what it was? Yeah, okay. fffaceoff at gmail.com. If you want to make a bet, I will happily make that bet with you. I think I have 7 in my mind, so we can roll with that. But, Steve, I'll go to you. as we get ready to round out the show, and then we'll go to Anthony. No, Anthony already spoke on it. Sorry, Steve. Malik Nabers, what's up?
Another tough one. This is another conundrum. This is another one where the fantasy community is kind of divided. A lot of people are scared off by Daniel Jones, but then at the same time, people think he's going to be better than Harrison. And for where Harris is going, you get, end of the first, you get Nabers in the third. And, look at the last preseason game. Jones had a couple terrible throws. Very Carson Wentz like with that pick six, just flailing, just throwing it in the air. But then at the same time, he made a couple nice throws in that game too. And then even the throws he missed a couple times, Nabers just like went up and came down with it twice on the sideline. He had a bunch of targets, 4 of 6 targets for 54 yards in that game. And then Daniel Jones has kind of been up and down in his career, had a pretty good rookie season. Then he struggled. I know their receiving room has just been decimated year after year by injury, whether it's been freaking Evan Ingram or Sterling Shepard or Odell Beckham, Wan'Dale Robinson. These guys are constantly getting freaking hurt. He's down to like his 3rd, 4th string guy. 2 years ago, and he's had different coaches. He's had freaking Pat Shurmur, then freaking Joe Judge. Now he's on his 3rd year with Dable. And the first year looked very promising. It was very efficient. He ran for a lot of yards, wasn't turning the ball over a ton. So could it turn around? I still see a world where it could kind of turn around for Daniel Jones. They're trying to improve the offensive line for him as well, protect him a little bit better. They were going to give up on him in the draft, but it didn't work out. They couldn't trade up. So they went and added him the best weapon they thought possible, and that was Malik Nabers. So it's crazy. Like Nabers, you watch him, he just seems like he has a second gear where he could just blow past people pretty effortlessly. So he's very interesting. I haven't got a ton of them, but I definitely, the upside could be enormous. It could be absolutely enormous, and he could be the main guy there. Jalen Hyatt hasn't really worked out so far. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's a slot guy. Darius Slayton's very inconsistent. They got rid of Saquon now. So it could just be a whole lot of Nabers, and a lot of smart people in the fantasy community are projecting a shitload targets for him.
Pete, did we have any other questions before we get ready to ride off into